Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of The Pen and the Pad. I be your host, Keon Mac, aka This is Mac, and I'm chilling with Terry. Terry, say what up?
What up with everybody out there?
Now, what we about to do right here is talk about this album that's been getting a whole lot of talk lately. It debuted at number one on the Billboard 200 album chart, dated October 21st. As a new studio effort for all the dogs debuted atop the list. It's set to earn 400. Sorry, two. What the fuck was I thinking? 402 album units. 402,000. Excuse me. Album units in the US alone. So this man is still pushing units. And I know we had a discussion. Oh, my bad. We talking about Drake, by the way. Champagne Poppy. That's who we talking about. That's who we fucking talking about. And I remember, we were talking about Nas and even with Diddy and stuff like that. I give it to Drake. I give it to Drake to you to move units like that in today's society. That's amazing. That's amazing. Hove couldn't. I don't think Hove could drop an album right now and do that much for the first week. The only way Hove can do that right now is if God Did was on his on that album. So. But anyway, we were talking about that with Nas, and we realized Nas, moved just a few thousand. So did Diddy. I think Diddy was around the 20K, and Nas was around the 13K. I don't know, man, but Drake got it. Drake got it, man. He knows the remedy and the recipe and all that, and he's doing it. He's doing it, So, Drake for all the dogs.
I've actually been a Drake fan ever since 2007 or '08 when he came out with the So Far Gone mixtape. So, I've always been a Drake fan. He's had some questionable songs here and there, but overall, he always delivers a solid project, in my opinion.
Speaking of songs, let's go through this track list. We got Virginia Beach, Amen, Amen, Calling for You, Fear of Heights, Daylight, First Person Shooter, IDGAF, 7969, Slime You Out, Bahamas Promises, Try It Out Best, Screwed the World, Members Only, Drew and Picasso, What Would Pluto Do, All the Parties, 8 a.m. in Charlotte, BBL Love, Gently, Rich Baby Daddy, Another Late Night, Away from Home, and Polar Opposites. Now, we do have some features and stuff like that on it, but go ahead, man. Tell me what songs, stuck out to you the most.
For me personally, the First Person Shooter with J. Cole, that's one that stuck out as far as the lyrical exercise between both of them.
Yes.
So that was the absolute best song on the album for me.
Yeah. Now, while you on that, we might as well get to it. So, First Person Shooter, that's my favorite song on the album. That's my favorite song on the album right there. So, I definitely like that one. J. Cole definitely came in, showed his ass, and went home.
Yeah.
He definitely did what the hell he's supposed to done for that song. And I think Drake came back in the end.
Yeah.
that's when it looked like Drake was like, "Oh, you ain't gonna do me like that," and then went back
Yeah,
in the booth.
you ain't about to do me like this on my shit, nigga.
Yeah, so uh, we you gave that song.
That's a solid 5.
And now,
Oh,
sadly, I gave it a 4.5. I do love it. I do like it, but I don't think in 3 years we're still going to be bumping it. That's just me
yeah,
personally. I
yeah.
love the
If I
beat.
ever was to,
I love the beat.
I say,
The flow was on point. You know,
hmm
it was just an amazing song. I just wouldn't consider it a classic. For this album, it definitely was. If the album was based around that song, I think this
hmm
album would be a classic album.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. But as far as something I will listen to, like, cause I have Drake tracks, I listen to like a whole mixes I've put together off different mixtapes and albums. I would definitely add this to a Drake mix. So yeah,
Hmm.
something I will ride around and listen to, yeah, on the regular, yeah. So
Yeah.
I personally listen to it. Now, as far as it being a banger in the club, as far because I
No,
don't because
no,
people don't
no,
really want to. Nah, that's what I'm looking
no.
at. No, but
Mm-mm.
yeah. But as far
Um.
as another song that sticks out for me is "Calling for You," um, featuring 21 Savage.
Oh my
And
god.
I'm not the biggest 21 Savage fan, but I liked him on that song. Um, and um, Fear of Heights wasn't bad. I like that. That also stuck out to me.
Well, let's go back to calling for you. I'm not a fan of 21 Savage, as you know, and I just
Hmm
wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it. I went back and listened to it. I just wasn't feeling it. I gave that a 2.5. I just wasn't feeling the song. I couldn't get into it. My apologies. Maybe it was my hate for 21 Savage because he's never really talking about shit to me. He just doesn't sound right on certain beats. And that beat, it just blew it for me. It would have been a 3 if it was just Drake. You
See, I
added him,
think
I
when
took
he's
it down again. I was like, fuck it. Yeah.
and see it kind of grew on me because I didn't like the way he switched the beat on it a little bit, but when he switched it and because 21 Savage rolled that beat, he rolled the beat cool. That's I was kind of all right. It kind of grew on me because I was getting just as I was getting into the calling for you song, I was like, oh, okay. Then he switched the beat. I was like, then
Mm,
it grew on me. So yeah, I give it a good old 3.5. I like it. I like it. I give it a 3.5. Ain't no
okay.
classic, but I like
Okay. Well, so, so you had calling for you and first person shooter. Let me pick two of them. We both agree with first person shooter. Uh,
it.
so I would say the two that caught me, I like Fear of Heights. I love
Yeah.
the beat on it. I love the flow to it. So that was definitely one that caught my ears on a lot of things. And I would have
Yeah.
gave that a 4. It was missing something. I don't know what it was. I couldn't put my finger on it, but 3.5 for that. And then the crazy part is, right, the next song, Daylight, it
Yeah.
hits you hard. The beat was
It does.
fire.
Yeah. The hook too.
Yeah, it was nice. So, like I said,
Is it
Fear of
is it
Heights.
me or does it seem like Drake is getting gangster on this album?
I can see that. I don't know why, but I can see it though.
He's talking shit,
Yeah.
putting hits out on motherfuckers and everything.
So, what do you think about Fear of Heights?
I liked it. I liked it.
Mm,
Like I said, it was a little gangster.
mm,
Because he was talking about some gangster shit and they were really like street shit. So I was kind of surprised, but hey, I liked it. I give it a good 3.
okay. All right.
And
What about Daylight?
they like yeah, they like yeah, it goes right into that song. It was a good transition into that song. So like you said, it comes hard. They like yeah, I like they like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like when he switched the beat up towards the end, but all right. So that's a good old 3 for me.
Okay. All right. What other song stuck out to you?
Uh, I think it was IDGAF. I don't
Mm.
give a fuck. Pretty much. Um,
Featuring Yeet.
I look at that more like it's a club song, and the dude Yeet sound too much like Young Thug a little bit on that song. So I
Mm-hmm.
like the hook, but it's more of a club song to me. So I give it a 2.
I didn't
But I can
even.
see
I Go ahead,
I can see them banging it in the, I can see them banging that in the club just because of the beat and how it sound. I can see that.
bruh. On
But
this
other than that,
song,
well,
on this
I
song,
wouldn't ride around to it.
I didn't even know Drake was on the song.
He didn't sound like he was on it, but
I thought it was 21 Savage and Young Thug. That's what I thought. I thought it was 21 Savage and Young Thug on that motherfucker.
that's why I said the dude sound like Young Thug. So
And I
I
guess
can only
Drake
give
was
it a
rapping
2.
like 21 Savage then.
I don't
Cause I
know.
kept saying, who the fuck is that Drake? But the other one, yeah, definitely sounded like that. So I gave that a 2.5 actually.
Yeah, because it's a club song to me. I give it a 2.
Okay.
I didn't
And I was
personally
gonna
like
do
it,
a
but
two.
I could see them banging it in the club. That's the only reason I gave it a 2.
Mm-hmm. What else you was feeling out there? Hold on, I thought that was one of the joints you like. I said pick another one you like. You went with that and you gave it a two.
I thought we was just going right after. I liked it. I liked it, but still, it was just like I said, I could see them banging that in the club. That's why I say I like it because I listened to it like 2, 3 times. I like to listen to songs a little bit more just to see if I'm
Yeah.
just missing something or if it's. So, like I said, when I listened to it a couple more times, I was like, yeah, I can see them banging this in the club.
All right.
I give it a 2.
Yeah. Okay. So all right. So we might as well go ahead to the beginning. Then we already covered 4 or 5 songs already. So we might as well get the first two. Virginia Beach. That's the first track.
I
To
didn't like the
me,
hook at all.
Virginia Beach, it was a good vibe. But you have to be living in the moment for that to feel that song.
Yeah,
You really
yeah,
like you have to really look back and go, man, I can't believe I'm doing this or I'm here or I'm you know what I mean? You have to me this whole album was built like that. You
yeah,
have to have money. You have to be adventurous. You have to be the person who goes on the yachts. The person who Airbnb a mansion. Like you have to be living like that. You have to be luxurious. That's what this whole album was giving me, and it's still selling because we have so many people out there who's just used to pretending to be that way, and Drake's keep them, feeling good.
yeah.
Virginia Beach, I gave it a solid 3. I can just picture myself in the moment, and it makes me feel good. So that's the only reason why I give it a 3.
I give it a 2.
Ooh,
I didn't like the hook.
right.
Yeah, I didn't like. I didn't like the hook.
Mm-hmm.
Just thought it was typical Drake singing. I really wasn't impressed with that song.
Okay. So
But but like I said, I could see it being a nostalgic feeling when you somewhere, or it would have to be something that you're in the moment and it just comes on and you're like, oh, okay. But other than
mm-hmm.
that, I wouldn't. That's not a go-to Drake song for me at all.
All right. So what do you think about Amen?
I liked it.
You liked it?
I did.
Featuring
I liked
Tizo
it.
touchdown.
Yeah, I like it. But I just now got Tizo touchdown. Side note, that's the reason why I recognize the name because I just listened to a song he dropped a couple weeks ago uh, called Mood Swing. So I just now got into him. But other than that, yeah, Tizo, I kind of like Tizo so far. He's a little
Okay.
weird, but I like him. I like the
Yeah.
song. It was nice. It was a good
Now,
vibe.
now to me, this was more of an R&B type of song.
Hmm.
And I honestly, when I heard this joint, I said this should have been on Diddy's album. Like listening to it sound like something Diddy would have put together and threw on that Love album. If y'all haven't listened to the Love album yet, we also got a review on that, so y'all check that out. But it's a great album. We believe it or not, it's a great fucking R&B album for now. But enough about that. But yeah, Amen. I gave that not Amen. Yeah, Amen. I gave that a good 3, solid 3. Would you give that?
I gave it a good 4. I like it.
Okay.
It's a good vibe when you're riding, going to the club, or just a good song to play when you clean it up, anything. So I like it personally.
All right. What about 7969?
Mm, I don't like the hook. It was lazy. Um, it's a good chill song. It can grow on you, and I like the beat. And then I like the Snoop interlude on it. So yeah, um, I didn't like the hook though. It was a lazy hook. It was just dude, you could have did better on that hook. You would have did better just to spit the verses and go. It's a chill song, so you know it's something that'll grow on you. Other than that, the Snoop interlude he had on there was good. Yeah, I liked it. As far as like what I rated, I give it a good 3.
I give it a 2.5. It just wasn't it for me. Even Snoop couldn't save that one. Slime You Out featuring SZA. To me, once again, it was a vibe. And the vibe it gave me was tipsy and ready to fuck,
Yeah,
or make up. That's what it was giving me. So I think if I was in that situation where I was tipsy and I'm flirtatious and knowing I'm about to fuck tonight because of how we're both acting or some shit like that, that song probably would have been a fucking classic. But for now, I give it a 3. I like it though.
I didn't like it.
Really?
I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah,
Mm.
I didn't like it. I had to get at a good old 1.
God damn, a
That's
one?
my personal opinion.
A
Yeah,
one?
I didn't like. I didn't like it.
A
I
one?
just didn't like the hook. I didn't like the hook.
What?
I didn't. I just kind of thought it was a filler song for the album. So
I mean, half of this
I
shit was. I mean, fucking.
yeah, but at least you can.
Mm.
Yeah, so I ain't done. I ain't the only
Okay,
one.
nah,
Some of them
I
get.
got you. But a one? Sheesh.
Yeah,
Okay, Bahamas Promises.
that's a flat out no for me. Didn't like
Yeah,
it.
I gave it a 2.5. I don't know why I was generous with the 2.5s. A lot of these should have got 2s, but I guess out of respect for Drake, I put the point 0.5 right there. But
Yeah,
I gave him a 2.5. It was too depressing. It was
yeah.
too
It
much
wasn't even.
crying.
Yeah,
I like the beat, but it was too much. It just seemed so depressing and crying. I was like, yo, why am I feeling this way?
yeah. I
It's
I
not
didn't like the
taking
song.
me. It's not taking me through those emotions. Some albums that take you through the emotion. It's like, man, it was so beautiful. You go through all these emotions. This is not it because you're not taking me through You took me through a depression motion, but you also took me to a thinking of how it could be when you throw a song going like, goddamn, uh, what was that? Virginia Beach. You know what I'm saying? Like when you throw something like that, I can just sit back and daydream me being on a yacht. I can't afford a fucking yacht yet. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But you making me think about it. But this joint, Bahamas Promises, you had me in my feelings. Like, why am I feeling depressed? Why am I feeling sad all of a sudden? You know? So
I,
yeah, that's a 2.5 for me.
that's,
Beat was fire.
I'm being generous with 2.
Mm.
So that's where I'm at.
The beat was hot though. I like the beat.
I, I didn't like none of it. It didn't go for me.
But you still put it more than slime you out.
Yeah, because I slime you out. It was just slime you out was just. Ugh. I couldn't get a hold of none of that.
Them
Bahamas Promises. It was just kind of just See, a lot of the hooks on these songs to me, I'm not feeling. And like I said, some of them, a lot of them are lazy, and some of them just ain't well put together. I didn't like how Thomas
Mm.
Promises beat didn't go with it. It just didn't go. But I would, if I had to pick Bahamas Promises over Slime You Out, yeah, Bahamas Promises, man.
All right, so Trout Out Best. Uh,
Yeah,
I'm not too much of a fan. It wasn't my mood.
didn't
I
like it.
really wasn't feeling it. Like I said, it to go from Bahamas Promises to Try It Out Best. It was like, look, man. So once again, me being generous, 2.5.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it
Oh,
too.
okay, so I got you too. Screw the World, interlude.
Yeah, I ain't even get at a rating. It's just an interlude. I like the interlude, but I didn't even give it a rating.
If it
It's a
was
good interlude.
if it was 2006, 2007, 2008, back when Chop and Screwed was goddamn popping, I would have liked it. But now, since I haven't heard no Chop and Screwed shit like this in a long time, mm-mm, not feeling it.
See,
I gave that a solid two.
I grew up on screw music, so like if it was a whole song or if it was something new, I would have rated it. Like I didn't even feel like that deserved a rating because that was just like, what are you putting this up here for? That's my whole thing.
Mm.
Like, why is this even on the album?
So if you could rate it, what would it be?
You rated it right. I give it a 3 because I liked how it sounded. I thought it was going somewhere. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? But
Yeah, it went nowhere.
not it didn't go nowhere. But I did love how it sounded. So if it was a whole song or something that went somewhere,
Right.
I'd
Yeah.
have gave it. Oh yeah, it could have been up there. But other than that, I really didn't want to rate it because, like you said, it was an interlude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, Screw the World did go into something. It went into members only, featuring Party Next Door.
Thought it
That
was Drew
one,
Picasso.
huh?
I thought it went. Hold on, we skipping 13. Maybe Drew Picasso.
No, you skipped because you didn't put the interlude down.
Nah, 12 is
Oh
the
well,
Screw
we
World.
on members only. Let's just stick with members only then. All right. I mean, I'm going off of the track that I got off. So members only.
Uh,
Party Next Door. I
I
can't
like the
lie
hook.
about this one. I kind of like
I just like the hook.
it. I kind of like it and the vibe that it put you in. This is one that put you in a vibe. So I gave that a solid 3. I fucks with it.
Yeah, yeah, that's about it for me. A solid 3 because I really just like the hook.
Mm,
I really just like the hook.
okay.
That's my personal thing. Yeah.
Uh, Drew Picasso. Uh,
Oh,
it
I
was a
like the
nice
verses.
joint. It was a nice joint.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
didn't like the hook.
not special, but it was all right. I I went ahead and gave it a 3.
Yeah, that's about right. 3 for me. I love the verses though.
Yeah,
But the hook was weak.
it was a nice
So
little joint.
yeah.
You know, what would Pluto do?
Uh, I liked it. It can grow on you, but I love the beat. Yeah,
What you gave it?
I give it a good 3.
Now, what would
I give it
Pluto
a good
do?
3.
What would Pluto do? That reminds me of Drake. That reminds me of the Drake that I became a fan with. If I can say I remember Drake, that would be the Drake that I remember hearing. This could
Mm.
have been a 4, but it wasn't. I gave it a 3.5, but this song was definitely one of my favorites. So, what will Pluto do is
Yeah,
definitely one of mine, and I would say listen to it, y'all, because that's
yeah.
one I would
It'll
say it'll
grow.
grow on you if it
It'll
haven't.
grow on you for real.
Yeah, so one of my good favorites right there. Leading to all the parties featuring Chief Keef.
Whack.
What you gave it?
1.
Wow. I gave it a
I
3.
didn't like it.
I gave it a
I like
3.
the beat. I like the beat, but Chief Keef. I don't even know why Chief Keef was in it. It was the hook was whack and it was immature. Nah.
I would have thought it was whack as hell if it was 21 Savage on it. Not gonna lie. But with Chief Keef, listening to it,
Now you being a hater.
I told you I had my dislike for it. Yeah, I got a PhD in 21 Savage world. I can dig it. It was a good song. It was a solid 3 for me. Uh 8 a.m. in Charlotte.
I love the beat. It was good. I loved it. I like it.
I thought it
Yeah.
should have had Rose on it. I thought Rick Ross should have been on that one. I think that beat
It
right
did a
there,
good
Rick
feature.
Ross would have killed that one. What you give that?
I gave it a solid 4.
Mine was close. I gave it a 3.5. What is up with
Yeah.
me and these point fives? I don't know. That's when I can't decide what I want it to really be.
Yeah. It's
BB,
a solid 4 to me. I could see myself listening to that song over and over.
yeah, it was good. The beat was nice as well. BBL
Mhm.
Love. Did you rate that one?
Yeah, it's a no for me. I ain't. Uh, 2.
You
Maybe
said
grow on me.
you said two.
I didn't like it. It'd grow on me.
Yeah, I gave it a 2.5. It definitely kind of bored me a little bit, and it was just like to me. This was if you want to know the wrap up of this entire album. Listen to BBL Love. That was my specific notes. If you want to recap this album, listen to this BBL Love. If you like it, you'll like the album. If you don't like it, you won't like it. If it's okay, then the whole album is okay. Gently featuring Bad Bunny.
Didn't like it. Didn't
Mm.
see the pointers. I like it's a couple songs on there. I just did. It's maybe that has to grow on me. Maybe I have to listen to it again. I tried to listen to it a couple times. I'm not really a fan.
Would you give it?
Uh, 2.
I gave this one a
Like I
3.
said,
I
I'm
gave
being
this
generous because it's Drake.
I gave this one a 3. I wish it was longer. I loved it. You talking about putting someone in a all I like you talking about the visuals? All I seen was me on a fucking island somewhere around a bunch of fucking Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and just got fruit punches and mixed drinks in my hand, with my fucking
I like the cha cha.
with my pineapple shirt on, just blowing in the wind with my shades on and some flip flops
Did
with
it
no socks.
again.
I seen it all.
I like the cha cha.
With my swim shorts on, I seen it. No jewelry, nothing. Just
Maybe
having fun.
maybe I would have. That's one of them songs you would probably like you said have to be in the mood or somewhere just catch you like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I wish it was like I guarantee you, if you was at a good party where you look back and was like, yo, I like this shit, man. I would love to do this at least once or twice a year. And that song came on, I guarantee you'll fuck with it even more. That's why I wish it was long. If it was long, I probably gave it a 3.5 or 4. Maybe a 3.5. But that was just me. I was pretty high at that point. Rich Baby Daddy featuring your girl, Sexy Red and SZA.
2.
You get hold on. What you gave Rich Baby? Hold on. Rich Baby Daddy. You gave that a 2?
Yeah, that's being generous. And the only reason I said the 2 is I can see it going in the club. That's it.
I'm not gonna
I can see
lie.
it going in the club.
I'm not gonna lie. One of my favorite songs. One of my favorite. They use Sexy Red just right. She sound like one of those people. Remember back in the 90s, you had that motherfucker who couldn't singing the hooks.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the thing right by. She couldn't fucking. Yeah, she couldn't fucking sing for crazy. And I mean, you ain't gotta sing too much from the look in your eyes. I can tell you what. They didn't know how to sing like that, but the hooks went crazy. That's what this remind me of using Sexy Red. She sounded like that person. It's like, look, I know you can't rap, but this beat's fitted. It needs
Yeah,
that ratchetness. Give me that ratchet shit. It
yeah, she good. She cool when it comes to ratchet shit, and that's why I said I can see this going in the club. As far as me just driving down the street or just playing this in my everyday, no,
I don't see none of
it's a
this
club.
shit being in my everyday shit, but this was one
That's
of
what
my
I'm saying.
favorites.
I, 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 I
I
yeah,
get it.
club is booty shake club. That's it.
So you gave that a 3.5 for me. Another late night featuring Lil Yachty.
See, I'm not a Lil Yachty fan, so
Lil
I
Yachty.
already, I, 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 I didn't like it.
Lil
So,
Yachty. Uh, Once again, it was chill music for partying.
yeah,
It was cruising music. You talking about something to put in the car and roll around? This was it. Like I
that would have
said,
to be something that catches
I
me.
don't like Lil Yachty either. I don't like him. I don't care too much for him. But you can tell that beat was made either by his producers or him, because that sounded like a Lil Yachty song. I like how Drake joined in on it. I actually
Yeah,
enjoyed
it
it.
does sound like a Lil Yachty song
I actually enjoyed it. So what you gave that? I gave it a 3.5.
too.
Damn.
And one thing I do like about Drake though is he do put on a lot of young niggas and show them a lot of love. So I give him that because like that didn't sound like a Drake song at all.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you know, even when he did all the parties with Chief Keef, it didn't sound like a Drake song at all. Then you know, it sounded like Chief Keef featuring Drake, but Chief Keef wasn't even on it except for the hook, and that just you know. So yeah, I get
Mm-hmm.
at it too. Lil Yachty, another late night. That's a Lil Yachty song featuring Drake.
Gotcha. Uh,
I think this
oh,
album pretty much is fine.
Away from home. What you like about that? Do you like that song?
Uh, yeah, because I just wrote down maybe grow on me.
Damn.
It, yeah, it's right now it's three for me.
I mean, if it's a three, I think it's already grown on you. But away
Yeah,
from
this is grown. That's
home,
why I said it's.
uh,
I'm in between. It's not something that I'm crazy about, but it's not something that is terrible.
yeah. Away from home, I gave that a three myself. It was a nice song, but it wasn't nothing special. I think how
Yeah.
much I like it the first time listening to it is probably the most I'm going to like it anyway. Uh, and
Mhm.
that leads us to the final song, Polar Opposites. What do you feel about that one?
Uh, I liked it. I liked it, man. It's something that'll grow on you too. But
Mm.
it's something you would have to. It's not something that's terrible, but it's not something that's like I would be like, oh, okay, damn, this is nice. But yeah, I kind of feel like this album was just shuffled together with a bunch of different emotions and feelings in there.
So, what do you give the
So, but
song?
I give it a two.
Okay, you liked it and you gave it a two.
Yeah, like I said, it's something that's going to have to grow on me because, like I said, for me, it's a two. It's
I don't know
uh.
what I don't know what songs you like or dislike, cause you'll give shit a
See,
two.
that's
Like
what
I hate that song. That's a two, and then I like
I
it. I
mean.
give it a two.
Nah, because I like it. It's something that's growing. But right now, it's a 2.5. I'm in between.
Ladies and
Cause
gentlemen.
like I said, to me, the beats and stuff and the hooks was lazy. This album was overall to me a good 3.5 for the album.
Yeah, but this particular song, we didn't get to the
This
whole album
particular
yet.
song, this particular song is two. I'll give it a two right now.
Okay.
2.5 at the most because it's growing on me if I listen to it a few more times.
Okay, that boy went on and started rating the entire album out this bitch. But I gave it a 2.5 myself. I really didn't care too much for this fucking song. I gave it a point 0.5 because the only thing that made me excited about it
Mm-hmm.
was I knew it was the end of the album. That was the only thing that excited me. That's the only reason why I got the point 0.5. That wasn't for Drake at that point. The 2 was for Drake.
Slap in the face.
But
Slap in the face.
the point 0.5 came from it was like, whew, this sound like the last song. We done made it through, fellas. So yeah, this song definitely, this album. Now we can go to the album. For All the Dogs, would you say you gave it a what out of 5?
I gave it a 3.5.
I gave it a 3. It's just a fucking 3. This was something that it seemed like Drake said, "Hey, I'm about to leave. Here's a few songs I had somewhere," because it don't sound like it's a full album.
No,
It sound like
no.
a bunch of songs that didn't make the tracks to other albums, and then he added some new songs. Like I think the whole first person shooter. I think that's a song they probably added.
Yeah,
You
and that could have
know,
went on a decent album because that didn't belong on this album.
or or like a lot of artists these days, they put too many fucking songs on here.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I mean? You
They
got
need to go back.
23
They need to go
fucking
back.
tracks.
They need to
23
go back to
tracks.
12 to 15. 12 to
Yeah.
15 songs.
And now looking at the things that I rated at least average or whatnot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It was 14 tracks out of 23 that I marked 3 or higher. So that means if you would have came out with an album with just 14 tracks, this probably would have gave you a 4 out of 5 instead of just a 3. So yeah, it didn't go together. The album didn't tell a story. It just seemed like something that was out there, and you said, "Let me throw this on out there before I go ahead and take this leave of absence." Drake, health wise, hopefully you get better, man. For All the Dogs, it was a basic album to me. It's nothing special about it. It's nothing that says special Drake. Nothing that says champagne poppy on this bitch.
No.
So, I know the Drake fans gonna hate it, and if Drake listen to this, he's probably gonna hate it too. I'm still a Drake fan. 3 out of 5 is basic, which means it's a basic good album. It's not a whack album. It's not a lame album. It's not a horrible album. It's just one of those albums that it's not gonna be in your top 3 Drake albums. I can guarantee you that. It ain't gonna be in the top 5. So
I'm sorry.
bad. So we got coming up next week, Offset. We're gonna be doing right for the next pen and pad preview. Set It Off, his new album. And Keith Murray, he dropped his. I haven't even checked that. I might check that out later on tonight.
Yeah, I might have to get on that.
Yeah.
See what he's sounding like at almost 50.
I'm pretty sure he got the same voice. I just need to know what type of producers and features he have. That will let me know everything I need to know about that album. But thank y'all for tuning in, man. Make sure y'all follow us on Facebook at This Is Mac Network and also on Talk Your Talk. Make sure y'all go ahead and follow us on Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff. This is Mac Network. We also on Facebook. No, we already did Facebook. Also on YouTube as This Is Mac Network, and on Twitter as Mac Presents. And let me tell you, if you ain't following us on Twitter, John Cena is. Just want to throw that out there again. So, so yeah,
Shout
man.
out to John Cena.
Shout out to him, the greatest rapper of all of the time. Other than that, man, we out this bitch, man. Appreciate y'all for listening. Make sure y'all give us the thumbs up or subscribe, follow, whichever platform you're on. Make sure you support us. Appreciate that, y'all. We out this bitch.